everyone, and welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Today what we're going to be doing is going to be going along with the big umbrella Miss Nucha's story time today. We're going to be playing with paint, and we're going to act like paint is rain. Imagine it's raining paint, and we're going to use masking tape or any kind of tape that you have. If you have blue painter's tape, that's the best. And we're going to be putting it onto our paper wherever we don't want that raining paint to go. So we're going to really liquefy our paint, and we're going to let it run all over our paper and act like it's raining. So let's grab our supplies and get started. So the first thing you're going to need is some tape. Now the blue painter's tape is the best. And then masking tape is good, Scotch tape can work. If you're like me and can only find the heftiest of tapes, duct tape, it'll be fine, it will work. A little trick I like to do, because it's so sticky, you can either put it up against your skin a little bit to get some of that tackiness away, put it against a pair of jeans. You're just gonna get some of that tackiness away, so that way it won't adhere permanently to your paper. Now you could also do this on a canvas, and we're going to cut our tape into an arch shape. So I'm just going to round the top. Think about it like an umbrella. You could even leave a little pointy part for the top of your umbrella. I'm going to round the rest out. And this doesn't have to be perfect. You can see that my sides didn't come out the same. So I'm going to round this one out a little bit more to match it. And I'm going to put it on my paper. I'm going to leave a little tag hanging off. I'm going to press it lightly onto the page. Now if you want to put more umbrellas, you can. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Once you have your family of umbrellas, I only put that little nubbin on one. I can go back and just use a scratch piece of tape. Just like remember in that buildings video when we were doing the tape buildings, I can go ahead and do that with my umbrellas. Give a little nubbin there. And you can even feel free to use your scraps for other things if you'd like to draw other things in your watery landscape. So now we're going to go ahead, grab a variety of brushes and your paints. Now if you have the liquid watercolors I've used before, feel free to use those. If you have your pads of watercolors, we're going to get them really drippy, and we're going to play with how we're letting it fall on the paper. So we're not just going to paint this way. You can go ahead, put a drop on the paper, but we're going to actually tilt our paper up, and we're going to let gravity pull the paint down, just like it's raining. And then it's going to hit our umbrellas. It's probably going to stop. You can go ahead and just dabble some more water on it. And we're going to have a line at the top. And you might get a little bit messy, so you might need to put a paper towel down underneath you. And you can start to play with other colors. Is it storming? Or do you just want that blue rain? And you can see as the colors start to mix together, I'm going to start having a little fun with my colors as they rain. I'm going to introduce a little bit of this reddish pink. And this might be good to have a partner helping you hold your paper up at that angle to let it really drip. I'm doing this in my sketchbook, so I have a lot of papers to hold. You could be doing this on a canvas. And I'm keeping my paint at the top of the page and letting gravity really do its thing. I'm not putting my pen or my paintbrush down any further, but you can. If gravity isn't moving for you and you want to help it along, I go ahead and bring it down a little bit. This is art, there's no cheating. Maybe I'll add a little bit of yellow. There's some sun peeking through the clouds. think about what the colors mean. And I really want to make sure I'm getting a lot of water hitting those umbrellas because I ultimately want all of that area painted. So if I need to go ahead and help a little bit, I can. I'm going to go back to those blues. And you can go ahead and let it dry a little bit and then continue. So then you have different rain marks. If you also let it dry, you could go back in and just color it with maybe even a pencil or a color pencil if you decide I like how it's looking and I don't want my watermarks to change. That's totally up to you. So now I'm just going ahead with a really light brush, just getting all those other areas colored in. And you could even change your brush. What happens if you use a wider brush or a thinner brush? And I'm just dabbing at my page. And let's not forget over here. And you'll notice the water sometimes wants to take the same path it already took. And there we go. Now we are ready to reveal. You might need to wait a moment to let it dry, or you might want to even take a paper towel and dab some of this extra away. So I am going to go ahead and even just see what the texture. I'm also dabbing away because it is in my sketchbook, so it is bleeding through, and I didn't realize how badly it's bleeding through, but that's okay because it'll just inform my next drawing. So I'm going to lift these away. And you can see it kind of went underneath because I wasn't using the best tape, but it's okay. I really like, because sometimes, you know, under an umbrella, do you stay completely dry under an umbrella? I know I sometimes still get wet. So I actually really like how that bled through. And I'm going to put a piece of paper here or a paper towel so it doesn't keep getting wet everywhere else. Sometimes when I am painting really messy and really wet, I'll put a layer underneath. Even if I'm working on a table, because it helps absorb everything else. So I'm just going to put that right there, because now we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a marker or a pencil or a crayon. You know, actually I'm going to use a crayon today, and we're going to draw our umbrellas, and they can be any color you want. So I'm going to go ahead . I'm doing a little scalloped edge to this umbrella. I'm going to do a wood handle. And remember, you can blend these colors together. Don't just use one crayon. Go ahead and mix your colors. What happens when you blend, when you mix? And then my last one. I'm gonna go ahead and give that little nubbin on top that we talked about. It didn't really stay with the paint. And now you can go ahead and decide, do we want to put a character under it? Do we want to put your family under it? I'm just gonna do a little shadow of a person. So this could be anyone standing down here, holding their umbrella in the rain. And you could put a whole person down here if you want to see the shape. That's up to you. So I hope you had fun making your rainy day watercolor umbrella scene, and hopefully you learned something new about your paints, about how they react when they get really watery, and how gravity helps pull down those pigments. So I hope you had a great time. Now go listen, if you haven't already, to Miss Mucha's story time, The Big Umbrella. Bye! Remember, if you liked it, hit that like button, subscribe to get notified every Tuesday and Thursday, and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see in the future. Bye! Have a good day!